By all appearances, business is back to normal at JBS's largest meatpacking plant in the U.S., in Greeley, Colorado. Operations here and at the company's 8 other U.S. beef processing plants, as well as facilities in Canada and Australia, were suspended when cyber hackers struck its computer servers.
It was a bad deal, and it shut down almost all of their operations.
Keith Belk with Colorado State University follows the meat industry, which had not been targeted by cyber criminals, at least not publicly, until now.
It's a crime that's fairly easy to get away with up to this point.
Cybersecurity expert Steve Beatty says ransomware, a form of malicious software that encrypts an organization's data, rendering it unusable until money is paid, has become more lucrative at a time when companies rely on technology and the internet more than ever.
It's hard to fall down without hitting a computer these days. They're everywhere. They're in our cars, our phones.
And in plants like these, where livestock and supply chain management are often done online. Experts say there's a growing trend of cyber criminals going after bigger fish, and JBS, the world's largest meat supplier, certainly fits that category. It processes nearly 1/4 of the beef in the U.S. and 1/5 of its pork. In May, Colonial Pipeline paid a criminal cyber group $5 million in Bitcoin after a ransomware attack, half of which U.S. law enforcement later recovered. JBS admits it paid an $11 million ransom to a group suspected of being from Russia. Beatty says these outfits often target people's financials.
So they actually know how much to ask for. They know how much that somebody might have, invested in cybersecurity insurance. They know what your profit and loss looks like. They've got your balance sheet.
Cybersecurity hasn't always been top priority for some companies.
This isn't a scenario where they were bad one day and good the next day. It's probably an effort in continual improvement.
President Biden says fighting digital extortion is a priority for him.
We have efforts underway with the FBI and DOJ, Department of Justice, to disrupt and prosecute ransomware criminals.
Federal legislation mandating cybersecurity protection could also come soon.
I believe most industries have had the chance to up their game, and what's now going to happen is regulations.
Last year, the pandemic interrupted operations at many meatpacking plants, and this spring, tight meat supplies caused prices to shoot up even before the JBS attack.
Quite frankly, at least in North America, I think consumers have taken food for granted.
The goal now is to protect a food supply that's generally available and affordable from a future disruption that could be much, much worse. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Greeley, Colorado.